Now, before we get with the podcast, I just want to make something a little more clear for the giveaway I posted on Friday. For anyone who didn't see that, you can check in the description. I'll be doing a giveaway for 100 new subs. But I said that I will stop taking participants on Thursday, and then the winner will be picked on Friday. That is true, but the winner may not be announced until a later date, maybe like in the following Monday, or it will be announced. The winner will be announced on the following week, between Monday and Friday, after that Friday. So the winner at that Friday, the winner will have been picked, but I will announce it at a later date just because my schedule is kind of all wonky as it is right now. So please enter the giveaway. First of all, thank you very much for listening, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get on with the episode. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Chat-eau. This episode is going to be just about pretty much the opposite of my last podcast. Although it's not a top 10, these are just Pokemon that we all just kind of dislike, or Pokemon you outright hate, which I got quite a few submissions here that go into it. But let's just start with some of the ones I dislike, I guess. And for me, I don't really have a Pokemon I classify as most hated. I don't really hate a lot of these Pokemon for the most part. Like, I dislike their designs and whatnot, but I don't actively hate a Pokemon. Like, I don't, like, there's not a Pokemon that gets me angry just because it exists, you know what I mean? That's plenty of people who have Pokemon like that, and that's totally fine. Just like a favorite Pokemon, and everyone can have a least favorite Pokemon. No real quote-unquote wrong answer for having a least favorite Pokemon. It could be because you hate the look of it, maybe you hate battling it, maybe you just hate seeing it everywhere and you hate the popularity of it. Whatever the reason, like, I feel people hate as much as they love, which is kind of a shame, but that's life. That's just how humans work. But yeah, let's just go to the one that immediately comes to my head, Bronzong. Now, Bronzong is I kind of like his design. He is kind of he looks kind of cool, but I just really dislike fighting this thing, especially in Battle Tree, because I can never 1-KO it, and every single time it uses Trick Room when I don't KO it, and then guess what? All my fast Pokemon are suddenly going second. I just hate battling this thing because I never have a fire Pokemon on standby, and when I do have a fire Pokemon, oh, guess what? They're not using Bronzong. Oh, that's weird. Battle Tree cheats. Let me just say that, damn it. And that's the main reason I hate Bronzong, because I think I used them in a playthrough when I played Diamond Pro and Platinum. At least one of them I used it. Yeah, just because I hate battling it and I can never 1-KO it, I just hate battling Bronzong. I always dread whenever I see one come out, like, oh, shit. I can almost take it out, but nope, no, it's... Now Trick Room's out, and all my fast Pokemon are freaking going second. Great. I just hate battling it. Other than that, I think Bronzong is pretty cool. Let's see, who was another Pokemon I hate battling? It was, Spiritomb. This guy is just a tough opponent, and he has good defenses. Cynthia uses him. He has Pain Split, which just drags the freaking battle longer and longer. He only has one weakness, and it was only because of Gen 6 with the Fairy. Initially, he had no weakness, just like Sableye. Except Spiritomb is way better than Sableye. He looks cool at least. Like, I kind of like that weird janky eye he's got going on. Like, he's like literally just like a rock, and then like his spirit comes out of it. Like, that's cool. I just hate fighting it. I mean, yeah, other than that, like, you know, Cynthia probably had a bad taste on my mouth from earlier, because again, when you fight Cynthia, she's a really tough opponent, has a Spiritomb with no weakness. Good freaking luck. yeah. So Spiritom's another one that's on there. Another, I don't really hate it. I just dislike fighting it. And let's see. I made a list here. Oh, Toxapex. This Pokemon's a pain in the ass to fight as well. Another one of those where you just have to 1-KO it. If you don't, then you're in trouble with Toxic Spikes. It has Baneful Bunker. It has Regenerate, so when it switches out, it gains half its life. Like, that's so obnoxious. I hate it. At least he looks cool. I will say that Toxapex looks awesome. I really like the design, and I don't hate it. I just hate battling it. And the last one I could think of that I hate battling off the top of my head, at least, is Hydreigon. Specifically, Gets's Hydreigon in black and white. Holy crap, Gets's friggin' Hydreigon was like stupid powerful. When it comes to black and white, I actually grinded quite a bit the first time playing it just so I could be ready. And after quite a bit of grinding on the Elite Four, I was still not prepared for this guy's Hydreigon. It just kicked my ass every time, even with the Legendary. I got Reshiram, and I am just losing to this freaking Black Ghidorah over here. At least it's the only one, and it gained a 4 times weakness whenever Gen 6 rolled around. So, haha, take that, you stupid dragon. But I mean, that's really the only Hydreigon. Like, Hydreigon's cool. I don't really mind it nowadays, but just Gets's Hydreigon was just the worst. Ugh. Now let's talk about some other ones. These are the ones that I just don't like the design, or I just think it's too. It's either dumb looking, or I just don't like using them, or I think they're just useless in battle. The first one that comes to mind is Love Disc. It's a fish that looks like a heart. I don't get it. I don't like Love Disc. He just looks dumb to me, and it's not a very good Pokemon to begin with. Its meaning in existence was basically to get heart scales, but even then in Gen 7 you could just get heart scales by going to dinner with one of the kahunas. So it's even relegated to even worse now, because you don't need it for heart scales. So great. And speaking of Love Disc, Alomomola. What the hell is this Pokemon? And why doesn't Love Disc evolve into it? That's my main gripe. Love Disc should have evolved into Alomomola. Just look at it. It's basically Love Disc with hands. And, hand fins with bigger eyes. That's basically the same thing. Why didn't it evolve? You could have just made it evolve. It wouldn't have been a big deal. It would have made sense. I don't know. Maybe someone messed up in the programming. I couldn't tell you. It was just weird. Going back to let's go way back to Gen 1. Rattata. Just Rattata and Raticate. They're just kind of there. I don't hate them, but at the same time, it's I've never used one. It's just a rat. It's a purple rat, and then it turns into a bigger rat. Doesn't really do anything. At least the Alolan ones look a little better, but still not that great. I don't know. The poofy cheeks on Raticate just doesn't sit well with me. Of Gen 3, Nosepass. This guy is just so goofy looking. And again, this isn't an order of how much I hate him. I just happen to go through all the generations in somewhat order. But just Nosepass just looks dumb to me. He has a big nose. Probopass is okay, but even then I think Probopass looks pretty dumb. I don't like him. And while we're on Gen 3, Volbeat and Illumise. I don't understand why these two Pokemon exist. They just don't do anything. They're really bad. They look dumb. Just get them away. I don't like these two. Licky Licky. Why does this Pokemon exist? I like most of the evolutions in Gen 4. As I said, Weavile is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. Magnezone looks awesome. Rhyperior looks okay. He looks alright. But just Licky Licky, just look at him. He has a Wi-Fi signal on his belly. his tongue is shorter than Lickitung. How do you do that? Shouldn't it be bigger? I just don't understand. Whatever. I'm gonna jump around here. Screw it. Mr. Mime. I don't get it. Mr. Mime's just kind of... He's a mime. I guess they're all male, except they're not. I don't know. It's Mr. Mime. He's a clown thing. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Unknown. Quite possibly the most useless Pokemon in the franchise. You could say Magikarp, but Magikarp at least evolves into Gyarados. Like, all the baby Pokemon at least evolve into something stronger. We got Unknown over here just having 28 different forms and none of them doing anything. They got Hidden Power. And that's it. So what the hell's the point of Unknown? Beats me. It's Unknown. Anyways. Bidoof. I don't understand why people are like, oh, hell, Bidoof. Bidoof's the best. Like, I guess it's freaking... Like, I don't know if it's ironic or people are just like, oh, he looks stupid, so let's make him into a god. And now people are like, yeah, God Bidoof, he's the best Pokemon. He's not, guys. Bidoof's horrible. He has a freaking, like, he has like a muffin on his face. If you look at the teeth and like his nose slash snout thing, it looks like a muffin. It looks fucking stupid. At least his evolution is a great HM slave, but other than that, he's worthless overall as well. Bidoof, you suck. I'm sorry to any Bidoof fans, if you're legitimate or not, if you're just fans because of the meme, whatever. Bidoof sucks. Burmy and Wormadam. I don't see the appeal of these Pokemon. They have different forms and then they look slightly different and they look dumb. At least Mothim looks kind of cool. I don't have a problem with Mothim. But Burmy and Wormadam? Why? I don't get these two. They look really dumb to me. I just don't like them. Just kind of there. And then we got Cherubi and Cherubi. It's literally a cherry. I don't really know what else to say. They just look really dumb. Especially Cherubi. He's all wrapped up and shit. At least that form. The other one's okay, I guess. That form looks dumb. It's a friggin' cherry. I don't know what else you want me to say. And like, when it comes to the stuff like that, like Klefki's just keys, or what's his name? Trubbish is literally trash. I don't have a problem with Trubbish or with Klefki. I think they're weird, sure, but I don't hate them. Because at least they do something. Like Klefki has Prankster, and that's a really annoying setup ability. And we got Garbodor, has an evolution at least, and is pretty good in the TCG with its ability. But Cherubi and Cherubi? I don't know. Apom. I never really liked this guy. It's a freaking purple monkey with a hand on his tail. It's a gross hand, and it gets another hand tail when it evolves. Apom. It's another one I hate fighting because it's obnoxiously fast, and it always flings a freaking King's Rock, and it makes you flinch, and then he just snatches it back, and then he U-turns, and I hate Apom. And Apom's stupid too. Next we got Purugly. Man, such a waste. I love Glameow. It's so cute. Look at it. It's like a little sassy on it as well. Then it evolves and you got just that. Oh, it's maybe, I don't know. I don't like Purugly. I don't like the way it looks. The Glameow was so much better. Taypig. This is more of, I don't really like, he's alright. I just hate his typing. Why did we need a third firefighting in a row? Hell, why did we even need a third firefighting to begin with? Blaziken was awesome because, ooh, look, firefighting. He's a freaking fire chicken. That's really good. And we got Infernape, which, okay, it's the same type, but at least he looks way different and he's pretty fast. I kind of like him, sure. Then Embor came out, and it's like, oh, a third firefighting. Why do you think people were so adamant to see if Incineroar was a fighting type? Like, it was so, like, people were like, please don't be firefighting again. Please don't be firefighting again. Thankfully, he wasn't. Fire Dark, which is awesome. I love that he's a wrestler. Incineroar is, like, friggin' awesome. But Tapig and his line, no thanks. I just don't like his typing. Shouldn't have been a fighting type. Speaking of Gen 5, Pansage, Seer, and Pour, along with their evolutions, Semi-Sage, Seer, and Pour. God, I hate these things. I don't like. You're given one at the beginning of the game in black and white just to help you out. It gives you the opposite of which Pokemon you didn't get, and it helps you out for the first gym, whatever. I just hate how all three of these guys look. I don't like how useless they are in battle. You gotta use a stone to evolve them. They look dumb as shit. I hate them. I freaking hate them. And you can't even... Whatever. Like, one's broccoli. Like, one has, like, a piece of broccoli on his head. And I always forget which one is, like... Is Sage the grass, I think? Because I know Seer... I guess so, because Seer, you can sear something and it burns, and then you're pouring water. So I always forget which one's which. And I know, like, Semi-Sage, Semi-Pour, blah, blah, blah. It's such a waste of 6 Pokemon slots. I could not care for these damn monkeys. Whew. Alright, last one I wrote down. Yungoos and Gumshoes. I don't like the way they look. And they're everywhere. Especially in the beginning. That's pretty much it. That's not in any particular order. I skimmed through like a list of Pokemon to see which ones I disliked. Again, I don't actively hate any of these. This one I just do not care for. I just like see them like, whatever. Like, I don't physically get mad at a Pokemon unless I'm battling it, but only when I'm battling it. There's never a Pokemon where I hate it every instance ever. Whew. Well, I mean, that didn't take too long. But we do have a lot of people to say, have a lot of people who said some stuff, and let's go to the polls real quick. So, kind of similar to last week's episode, I asked, why do you hate the Pokemon you dislike the most? And it was because of looks or aesthetics. You hate battling it, you hate how popular it is, or you hate it because of personal reasons. And on Twitter, we had 9 votes, with looks getting 67%, battling 0%, popular 11%, and personal reasons 22%. And on Amino, we got 40 votes, with looks gaining 40%, battling it 12.5%, the popularity 32.5%, and personal reasons at 15%. So yeah, it looks like people just dislike the way Pokemon look, and that was pretty much most of the reasons why I gave that whole list I gave you. It was mostly because of looks. I don't think any of them have personal reasons other than like Tapig, I guess, for the typing. But yeah, I could see that. It didn't win by too much. The popular option was second, right there, right next to it. Although I don't really know what people would hate for popular. Maybe people dislike Pikachu because it's literally the mascot that's everywhere. Maybe people are starting to dislike Eevee because it's starting to be everywhere. I don't know. But on Twitter, we have Jacob at the Ultimate Sith say, Pokemon I hate battling? Metagross. Now, if the topic was trainers I hate playing against, definitely it would be Dragon Trainer Lance from Gen 2. Oh boy, he was hard. Yeah, Lance could be pretty tough, man. Especially since they didn't really have that much of a weakness. It was just Ice and Dragon at the time. I think Rock was. I forget. Whatever. They didn't really have that many weaknesses, and you didn't really have any good resources. Plus, dragons were such a rare type back then. The only dragons were Dragonite and Kingdra. You know what I mean? And like I guess he only had like 3 dragons. Because he had pseudo dragons like Aerodactyl and Charizard and whatnot. So that's, yeah. He has a pretty versatile team, I think, and he can be pretty damn difficult. if you're not prepared. Now, Amino, we have Nebula the Silmog say Rattata. That's all they said is Rattata. And then Let's Go Chase said Aromatzi. I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's that weird fairy. I'll put a picture of it. It's that weird fairy, like... that's another one I just don't like. Like, look at it. I don't like the way it looks. Aromatisse. Whatever. Primarina Girl said Wingle. Don't know why. Maybe because of looks. Maybe because it's doofy looking. Or maybe it's because of that damn Pico from Generation 3. We got to save it just to advance the damn plot. You freaking Pico. Amazing Alolan Raichu said Infernape. I don't know why. Probably because of the design. Fair enough, man. I personally like how Infernape looks, but I guess it's just specific eye for people have, whether or not they like a design or not. Okay, this is a weird one. C1T Mega. I don't know how to say that without having it cut up like that. Or is it C1T Mega? I don't know. C1T Mega said, "Ha! Joke's on you. I don't have a most hated Mon. I love each and every Mon out there." Well, good for you, Mega. I don't really, like I said, I don't hate a Pokemon either, but I don't love every Pokemon out there ever, and I'm gonna call you out and say you don't love every Mon. Well, maybe you do. If you do, that's great. The Dancing Poplio said Melodic, specifically the one in the rainy route in Oras. Maybe you're talking about the trainer who has a Melodic? Yeah, I remember there's that one trainer who, when you go through the rainy route and right around the tall grass, there's one trainer who only has one Pokemon, and it's a Melodic. And I believe that's the first time you see Melodic until you get to Wallace. Unless you're playing, I think in Oras, I believe it's Wallace. And yeah, that one was tough, because it's just like, oh look, Melodic, and then it's kicking your ass in the rain. Yeah, that one's pretty damn tough. It's a very specific Melodic, man. You must have some gripes with that trainer. Sorry to hear that, Dancing Poplio. Star the Angel said, Blissey, if you don't one-hit KO it with a physical move, it will just spam Toxic, Minimize, Soft-Boiled, and Aromatherapy. I can definitely see where your hatred comes from. Blissey can be quite annoying, and unless you have a physical move, it ain't going down anytime soon. It's a special tank. But just look how cute it is. Yeah, Blissey can be quite the pain in the ass. But for me, I always had a Lucario on hand, so Blissey never really stopped me personally. Video Game Boy, welcome back, man. He said, Smooch him. Just look at that thing. That's something that deserves to be a substitute for firewood. I just really hate the design. It's a baby Pokemon, so stats doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the baby Pokemon are really hit and miss. I think Pichu's adorable, but why do we need Igglybuff, or Smoochum, or Elekid, or Magby? Why do those Pokemon need to exist? You know what I mean? And I remember the prototype Pokemon that they released for Gen 2, and there was a bunch of other baby Pokemon. I'm glad those didn't come out, just because why did we need them? Like, why would we need a baby Dodrio? Or why would we need a baby Meowth? As adorable as it was, why would we need it? There's really no reason for it. So I think baby Pokemon are just a waste of slots, just because no one's going to use them other than to just level them up to catch, or to evolve to their next evolutions, which you can just catch in the wild for the most part. So why do baby Pokemon exist? Sorry about that rant there. Pokemon trainer Seth said, Pelipper because it looks stupid, it's annoying, and it's everywhere, and it has Drizzle. Yeah, once it gained Drizzle, Pelipper's usage shot up quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much its main use when it comes to being used in competitive, just because it has Drizzle, and it's super useful just because of that. I think Pelipper's okay. Don't really hate him. He's just kind of goofy looking. Tess said number 206 is a wasted spot in the Pokedex. Change my mind. Now, normally I would have looked up, like, who's this number 206? But considering who this is, Tess, who happens to be Bucky, I know exactly what that is without looking it up. It's Dunsparce. In a previous episode, he went on quite the tirade about Dunsparce and how much he hated it. It's kind of hilarious. In fact, I have a Pokemon Go Dunsparce named Bucky under for his honor. Thanks, Bucky. Lonely Eevee said Electrode because it was my first shiny and... Ouch. I'm really sorry to hear that, Lonely Eevee. Was this Electrode? Did it happen to be the one in Gen 2? Or maybe Gen 4? With Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where you had to help Lance defeat all of them and, kill them. You can catch them, but Electrodes have self-destruct, and that blue shiny ball is going to go bye-bye. I'm sorry, Lonely Eve. That must have been horrible for you. Yusono Mikan, I guess? Sorry if I mispronounced that. He said, or she, I don't have a least favorite, but there aren't Pokemon I dislike because of popularity or battling. The Pokemon I do dislike is because of the looks or the aesthetic. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. Generact, I love that name, said, I hate mushrooms. So, I'm guessing you don't like the Amoonguss line and the Shroomish line. I, for one, love the Shroomish line. Though I don't really like the Amoonguss one. Just looks dumb. Looks like a Pokeball. It's like, what the heck? And then Mid-in Dragon, they said, they didn't really say anything. They commented on my post saying my bio explains it. So I just went to the bio because it's a pretty short explanation. But Basculin. When I was younger and trying to catch a Dragonair in Pokemon White 2, I ran into hundreds of these things. Yeah, Basculin just looks dumb to me too. It has two different looks, which is kind of cool. But none of them look cool. The fact that it has two is cool, but let's look at it. It's dumb looking. And last but not least, we have Circus Freak Danny once again returning with Mudkip. Good lord, there's not enough time in the day to describe all the reasons why I despise it. I hate the meme, I loathe the fact that it's so similar, yet worse to Wooper, to whom I'm fairly indifferent, and someone who loves this Pokemon is right at the top of my hate list. I also despise the orange turd monkey known as Chimchar. Oof, that's some passion right there, man. I like Mudkip. I think he's pretty cute, but I do have to agree the meme is kind of dumb. Never really got the meme. If anyone's unaware, it's that I heard you like Mudkip's meme. I don't really know where it originated from. I don't really care to look it up. It's just dumb. But I do like Swampert, so I think Mudkip in my book gets a pass. I can totally understand where you're coming from when it comes to that. For sure. And, that's pretty much it, I guess. That's all my submissions. Thank you guys so much for listening, and if you're interested, my last video is I explained the giveaway. So if you want to win some Pokemon cards, or if you want a set of Ash Hat Pikachus for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, go to the video in the description and watch it and see if you can just enter it, and then I'll pick a winner on Friday and announce it the following week, and just stay tuned and we'll see who wins. It's my very first giveaway, so I'm really excited to see how it goes, and if it goes well, we can do more giveaways. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have yourself a fantastic day, and screw you, Cam.